He's really playing a lot better golf, but his wedges are going left.
Way left, yep.
Yep. And I know why. Watch the video and see if the same thing's happening to you.
That's right.
Okay, we've been talking with Patrick of a couple things to work on this year. One is the learning to get his hands to hinge earlier in the backswing. And the checkpoint there is when the lead arm gets parallel to the ground, I want him to make the letter L and have a 90-degree wrist hinge by the time he's there. That's a very effective place to stop a backswing with wedges and in between yardages, like 50, 60, 70-yard shots. And I'm hoping to kill two birds with one stone as he practices his wedges from that backswing position. It ought to start to feel very natural to hinge everything that early, and then with his full swing, he can maintain the width in his backswing as he gets to longer clubs and fuller shots. So I'm going to have Patrick come up and hit some wedge shots for me, maybe just 50 or 60-yard shots. I'm not really concerned about how far they go yet. I'm more interested in that he gets the club in the correct position at the top of what will be the back of his backswing or the end of his backswing.
All right.
So go ahead and set up there for me. I'm going to swing you back, okay? So I would still like you to be just a little taller.
Oh, okay, that's a change for me already.
Yeah, so,
okay.
So this is going to point at your belt buckle.
Yeah, it was a little low.
That's too low. That'll make it go left.
Yep, that's my miss on my wedges. So you're onto something already.
All right. And then we have a target line back here. So just like my flashlight drill, when these hands hinge, I want this shaft to point at the target
This
line.
already feels more hinged than I'm used to.
Yeah, I can
like
tell.
By about 20. Yeah.
So that's right. But that's where we're going to be. And then we're just going to make a nice, smooth, full finish from there. We're not going to abbreviate the follow through.
Right. Just
It'll go to a full finish.
Okay.
And then we're just going to hit it from there.
Okay.
And so from this position, then on the way down, I should point at the ball and still have my wrist hinge.
Yep.
So it'll feel like this, and then you'll release it. Does that make sense?
It does, yep.
So let's just try and see how that works.
All right. How's that look?
Great.
Good? Okay. A little lower than usual.
That's all right. Hang in there.
So that's something I whenever I work on my wrist hinge, I tend to hit, that's my low miss, which usually doesn't happen with my...
Good and tall shaft.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Not bad.
That's
Still
better.
too long a backswing. You'll see that on your video.
So we're going to shorten it up a little, go just to there.
Just to there. That was pretty good.
Better?
Just keep doing that. And you can see, look at those attack angles that we're getting at -8.
Oh man, that's a lot more. I'm like normally -3 or something.
I know. So and with wedges, that's where we would like to be, -8, -10.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, so a little steeper like that. Here.
Yeah. That one was better.
That feels different.
Good. Keep swinging.
Yeah.
Probably still a little left with the club path of what I'd like, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, okay, that's good to know.
So that means you're not pointing at the target line on the way down.
Okay, I'm going too much
You're going
this way.
that way.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay.
That felt better.
That's more what I'm looking for.
Yep.
I don't mind -2. And
Okay.
again, almost -6 on the attack angle. That's great for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's probably even a little overcorrection because I was really getting to the right, so I've been kind of trying to neutralize it back. So
Yeah,
I might just go.
Let me add
too
one
much.
more tile there. For you guys at home that have access somewhere to a TrackMan, one of the things that I like is smash factor.
We're looking for a 1.0.
We'd like it to
smash
be
factor.
1.0 with wedges.
Yep.
And so if it ends up being less than that, it means you're either hitting it on the toe
Or flipping a little and getting
adding too much
loft.
loft.
Yeah.
And then if it's like 1.1 or 1.2, you're probably de-lofting or
much.
accelerating too
Yeah.
much.
Okay.
And so smash factor, in my opinion, with these wedges should be right at 1.
What kind of dynamic lie do you want for a wedge?
It's a good question. I'm just saying this off the top of my head,
Yeah.
but probably around 65 or 66 degrees would be my guess.
Okay.
That was much better. Mm-hmm. See how much straighter?
Oh yeah, that's great. Now smash factor is a little low on that, which
And your attack angle's still a little low. So
Okay,
if we could
needs
get our
to get that
attack
a little
angle to
steeper.
-8 again,
Yep.
then you'd be better.
Yep.
So you added loft. But that was still a good swing. Okay?
so that's because I just wasn't holding that angle long enough, probably.
Correct.
Yep. Let me ask you a question. When you feel like you're holding that, do you feel like your triceps engaged trying to hold that angle, or
Beats me. I never
you
thought about
never
that.
thought? I'm just curious
It's
because
okay.
that's something
It's a good question.
Yeah.
But no, I just feel like I'm swinging
Just-
the club, but I'm not releasing my hands
Okay.
early. So. And I'm not doing it with grip pressure either. I think some people
yeah.
squeeze too tight when they try to do that. Okay?
Yep. Well, that's why I was, because anytime I try to start hold, that's where I just run into trouble pretty quickly.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. So don't try to hold it yet. Just keep
just hit
trying
it.
to hinge early.
Like
Yep.
right there, yep.
Yeah. And then swing your arms forward. Your hands should unhinge with the weight of the club and the swing. So I like that one.
That one's
See,
good, yeah, a little
I
less
agree.
though,
That,
but-
for attacking, that's the best I've ever seen you with.
Yeah,
wedges.
-7 for wedges for me is really good.
So just keep doing that. We're just going to try to hinge, and we're going to try to limit our arm swing to right there and then hit it. So that was pretty good.
And a lot of these are going left more because the face is 5 degrees closed
There
too,
you
right?
go.
It's not like the path isn't bending it that much for a short little wedge shot like
not.
that. And even -2.8, it's not bad, right?
I
So-
agree. It's not bad. And my opinion is, I'm going to let Patrick hit my brand new wedge here.
Oh, has it been hit yet?
No. It's usually, here, let me hit one shot with it.
Yep. Yeah.
Bad luck not to hit
I was
the
gonna say.
first shot with your first wedge.
Oh, look at that club path 0.
Yep.
Doesn't get much better than that.
So I'm not going to tell him why. I just want him to hit a shot with mine doing the same swing he's done.
Yeah, I have a theory why, but I'll hit it without thinking too much. Got higher. Oh, look at that.
Did it go left?
Oh, barely.
So
So
one of the things that I tried to make him do is get his clubs steeper at address, but Patrick's lie angles with these wedges is too upright. And the reason they're going left is
because
because your toes in the
and
air.
that's
at
making the
impact.
club face left.
Yes.
Yep.
And so
Let's look at that one. It's like
it's not a very good angle to show you guys, but if I sold this club flat and I put this on the face, it'll go straight. But if that handle lowers and the toe comes up in the air, my face, even though my leading edge is still on my target line, the face is actually pointing left.
Yeah.
And so I don't think your club face is closed on TrackMan.
You think
I
my-
think your handle's too low and the lie angle's wrong and causing that. Does that make
Yep,
sense?
so-
Because I could go, so go ahead and hit another shot with yours. Don't think about anything.
Yeah, just hit it.
Just hit it. So that one was better.
It
I
was
think.
better. But still,
But that one was
the
better.
face actually was better on that one, yeah.
Let's hit another one. That was good.
Yeah.
But it'll help you to get more upright at address. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
this feels way more, I'm
But
used
see
to like
that's
that.
see, but the toes in the air when you do that.
when I do this, yeah.
Sure,
So
yes.
that's already aiming it.
That's already aimed left.
Even though I'm not twisting it, it's aiming it left the more I go like that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And the more loft you have on a club, the more that goes left.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So your wedges, this is a worse mistake. See, and that one's left again. So now I hit it with mine and do the same thing.
And yours is 2 degrees flat? Is that
It
right?
is.
Yeah, you can tell they're going right.
I know.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, 6 degrees to the right compared to, yeah.
Yep, hit another one. Try to hold that really hinge early and good. That wedge is more lofted than
Yeah, I was
yours.
going to say it's
That's why you're hitting
58,
that,
so
yes.
yeah.
But can you
But
hit
that-
it left?
No, I mean, these are.
You can't.
And you'd rather miss it right with because you're
Yes.
adding loft, it's not
And
going
you're
to
going to
miss.
hit it the right distance.
Yeah.
Anytime you hit it left, it goes too far.
That's one of my 2 problems with a wedge are either I hit it too far left and it's left, or it's also long and left, and that really can get you in trouble.
Long and left's dead
Yeah.
on most golf courses.
Not a good place to be, yeah.
And we've had this discussion in other times and stuff, but most tour players with their wedges, their clubs are flatter than their other irons. So when
Yeah.
you get fit for irons and they tell you your standard, we'll say, okay, standard lie angle.
That's what mine is, the standard. yeah.
Okay, but you should be 2 degrees flat with your wedges. They should be flatter than everything else. One of the things I showed you from the teaching summit
Yep.
this year was that one guy that had the nipper curve.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're going to introduce you to that later when I learn more about it. But he pretty much has players that have the same lie angle with every
Throughout their bag, yeah.
Yes.
All the irons, yeah.
Yes, and so their long irons are more upright and their wedges are flatter, and he usually measures people just with a 9-iron, and then the lie angles are the same. Whatever the 9-iron is, everything's the same.
Yep.
And he has tour players that he has switched to that have made remarkable progress, really, tournament-wise. And you can look it up online. You can see it by, I think it's called the nipper
curve, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the guy's out in Seattle or
It's
something.
very fascinating. If you want to
It
get,
is.
if you're into the.
Because I've known for 40 years that your wedges should be flatter than your other clubs, and nobody tells you that.
Yeah.
And so his nipper curve, that's the case. But I never made my long irons more upright, though I've heard of people doing that before.
Yeah.
And because they tend to go right, if you make the lie angle more upright, it's easier to
That's
hit
my
them
miss
left.
for if I hit 5-iron, 6-iron, my miss is almost always to the right, whereas the shorter clubs it's always to the left.
Yeah, and so I think you would be an interesting
Case study,
candidate
yeah.
for the nipper.
Yeah.
Nipper
I might
curve.
try that. I might get them bent and report
I know
back
it
and
might
see.
be worth doing. It
Yeah.
might be worth doing for some of you guys if your wedges always go left and your 4-iron always goes right.
Yeah.
You know, but your 8-iron's perfect.
That's one of the reasons I practically retired my 5-iron is I just can't keep it straight. I can go right with it.
Yeah.
So.
And it's a pretty fascinating subject, really.
Yeah.
And so that's what I would tell folks. If you always are pulling your wedges and you're a good player and you feel like you're swinging at it good, but it still goes left, it's lie angle. It's the equipment. You need to get flatter lie angles.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. So
And how far into your bag would you get it bent flat?
probably pitching wedge to lob wedge, I'd be flatter.
And then like 9, 8, keep it
Yeah.
more standard
Yeah.
if you're fit for standard already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like my irons, 6-iron, 7-iron, 8-iron, 9-iron, pitching wedge, I am 2 degrees flat, and my wedges are 4 degrees flat.
This is
4 degrees.
4
different
because
than
I
this
could tell
one.
a huge difference
That's right.
setting up. It's probably hard to see on the camera, but
Yeah.
you can tell enormous difference with these in your hand. This really feels
Yep.
like if I
And where do you want to put your hands?
right
Lower, right?
and so for me, it's like I feel more comfortable with it lower, but like this,
Right.
I can
so
do this.
my
But
wedge should feel more comfortable.
it does.
to you.
This feels to me. This feels about perfect.
Yep.
So, yeah, maybe I need to be even more even more flat than too. Yeah.
I
So.
wouldn't
Yeah,
be
yeah.
surprised with the swing changes you've made.
Yeah.
Because see, you were always swinging left over the top
Mm-hmm.
before, and now that your club path's so much better, you're probably a flatter
Yeah. Yeah.
lie angle than what you were originally. fit
That
for.
makes sense. Yeah.
So it's one of the things we're going to work on this spring.
Yeah. That sounds good.
All right.